Hello everyone, Bodolf here, and I'm bringing you another Company Heroes commentary today. This one is on Faymonville approach, and it's against the Soviet player Big Crab. I believe this is another one of my earlier games, and there are several mistakes, but it just goes to show how using your cut-offs and building the right units can work really well. Not giving any spoilers away, I see that. But I start off with my usual opening in this match, which is 3 Volks, and then I go from there. But I open up on this one with a mechanized regiment headquarters, because my plan was to get an early half track and see how that works for me. But yeah, I'm splitting my forces. I send some pioneers to go straight for the munitions, and then get my Volks to back cap the cut-off, just to save a bit of time. And then I'll just get my other guys to capture this one and move down on the left, I believe. So yeah, we'll see he's opened up with 2 conscripts and engineers, and after grabbing this first, this fuel point, I believe. That's a strategic point. After grabbing that point, he's ran straight to this wall to try and put a barbed wire. While it doesn't stop me from getting over it, it means I have to pay attention and cue up my men to jump over. But he's just gone straight down the middle, hasn't really capped many points. And one thing I learned from Company Heroes 1 and playing Dawn of War 2 is the victory points aren't that important early on, so I'd rather secure as much of the map as I can. Again, I'll try and make my men do something while they're capping, so in this case just putting down some sandbags. But he's gone straight for the victory point down the middle, and then he's only just started to back cap. But if you can see now, I have more territory compared to him, and he's also lacking men. Actually, they've just come out at the same time. Like that. But yeah, I managed to get all the way down to this fuel, because I'd rather hold the fuel if I can, just because I know over Command OS struggle late game with fuel. And then run into these conscripts. I know he's got this house, that's why I've moved around. Well, I've come down here instead of just walking through the road. So I take this to try and cut him off, but unfortunately I need this one as well, but I'll tell that in a second. I've got some more Volksgrenadiers to come and reinforce here. And now I'm sending my Stern Pioneers round to flank, because they just shred up close, but obviously I don't want to cross the road, because if the conscripts start shooting at him, I'd lose about 2 or 3 men before I even got to him. But he's not paying attention here, so I managed to get a good flank. He's still shooting my Volks, which are in cover, and I'm trying to get in his way here to cut him off. See, he's not paying much attention, he loses that whole squad. And I've got some behind him here, so he's got these trapped in the middle. So you can see I'm converting this to a mechanized regiment headquarters now. And I'll try and set up some mines, so if he comes up through this road, then hopefully it'll blow up a squad, because if he just goes straight for it, in most cases I think the AI just walks up this road. So that's why I've put it there, best guess. So I've forces engineers back, so I'm floating a bit of money here, but I was saving up for the half track, but I could have, this is what I noticed, the issue on this one, I end up floating a lot of manpower. Like, I could just equally now either get another Volksgrenadier squad out, some more Stern Pioneers, or get a Raketenwerfer or whatever. I don't want to spend any fuel, even though it's only 5 on the Kubelwagen, because I want this half track as fast as I can. I even set, there you go, I've just set that to conversion of fuel, so I can try and get my fuel up as quick as possible. But as you can see at the moment, I've got both his cut off, so he's getting no fuel and munitions from this sector. And now I'm taking control of the centre point once I flush him out of this house. But he's surrounded both sides. Fortunately, he just caused these men to run back with this flank. But I'm not retreating them, because I just want to get them behind the wall, because I've got backup here. Again, this is where I start floating. I could easily be getting more Volks or Stern Pioneers or whatever. Like Stern Piles could probably work rather well here, because I've got 3 squads of Volks, and I knew I was getting this half track, so another Stern Pioneer squad wouldn't have gone to waste because I could use it for repairs. First, unfortunately, I start losing this fight, but again, I don't want to retreat because I've got 3 here, so I just run them and try and jump them over the wall. Plus, I was afraid that barbed wire might mess up my retreat, and they'll run the long way and get shot. So I tried to soft retreat them, and I'll use these to cap. Fortunately down to 2 men, but I just want to, since it's so close, I'm just like, I want to try and finish this off and grabbing it. You see he's gone Lend-Lease tactics. Unfortunately I've walked out a little bit there, but there you go, and then I retreat. So now it's going to take him a lot longer to recap that, because he's got to decap it then cap it again. And at the same time I'm sending my Stern Pyres down to cap his left side flank. But he's gone Lend-Lease tactics. I don't understand why he did it so early. Unless they have like say breakthrough tactics or radio silence, which has got a 0 point ability, I don't think it's worth getting picking a commander until you've got at least the first tier of it, because he could have waited until he had 2 points, because he's not getting anything out of it. But here you go, I've got the flak half track out. I keep my conversion to munitions on for a little bit longer, but then I just turn it off. I don't switch it to munitions, I just keep it off. Now here I'm taking a bit of damage that I probably could have avoided, but I was confident that I could break him out of this house by just keeping it there. I'm not sure if these apply frontal armour though, so I could have had it pointing this way and took a bit less damage, but the gunner got killed there. A huge hole in the house. I don't know whether that affects the cover, but I just start shredding through the men. Now he tries to run at me here, but he hasn't got anti-tank grenades yet, which is strange, so I don't know why he ran at me, and he just loses almost his entire squad in one volley. But you see, I've got this house now, so I've got quite a decent fortification here. It's going to take him a while to flush me out, especially considering he doesn't have Molotovs to throw in either. So I'm not worried about losing those men. If he loses his light machine gun here, so I just keep them in the house, and I'll replace them with these men in a minute, but I'm moving this into position. You can see it started deploying beforehand. There is a little technique where if you move it up and then hit attack ground, it'll set up, but if you accidentally move it, it'll take even longer to set up. Well, it takes the usual time, but it just looks longer because you're just about to finish, so you have to wait. And then just do that. But say if you know where they are, you just back it up and then you click attack ground while he's moving, and he'll start deploying before he's even finished moving. Now, it's been in the game a while, so I don't know if it's classed as a bug, but it's a little way of exploiting its setup time. But as you can see here, I control over half the map. He's got 1 engineer squad moving up the right flank, but because I got this flak half track out so quickly, I've just been able to push him back, even though I've got less men. Again, this is where I'm floating. I could have got even more bulks or anything, to be honest, at this moment. I've converted that to battle group headquarters, so considering he's blobbing up, I could have got infantry, support guns. I could have even got paired that with an infrared searchlight, just because I've got so many, so much munitions at the moment. Because again, this is one of my early games, but I'm trying to get used to the 3 tiers, the 3 different resources, because I think I was saving up for another vehicle or something here, or I just didn't know what I wanted. I do eventually end up getting a Stuka later in the game. So, actually no, I was saving up for my Panzer IV here, I think, but again, I could be spending my manpower a lot better, especially considering I've only got like 4 squads. I'm just getting the racketing away for now, because I haven't seen, while he's got a lot of men, I haven't seen any vehicles, and I'm just worried it's getting to around that time. Yeah, I end up forcing these back here and recapping the top section. Just bringing that in. I moved my flak half track down here with the Stern Pioneer, so while they were capping I could repair it, and I'm trying to set up a cut off here with the reinforced steel barricade. Obviously he can't cut that with wire cutters, and his he needs above light vehicle status on a vehicle to crush it. because I've got like small tank traps beside into it, so I was trying to cover the flank here, but it takes a lot longer to put down a normal razor wire, and it leaves your stern pioneers vulnerable. But since I knew most of his men were in the centre here, I just thought, right, I just want to set up, try and reduce his chance of flanking me here. Oh, I think I could just set up here, but I get forced back. If not, at least it causes him to go round.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Yeah, you see, he's got enough for this heavy machine gun, which he could get to sort of counter my vehicles, since it does damage to light vehicles, or he could get a Zisk gun, but I'm not sure what his plan is here. But now I've got this, so I took an AT grenade there, which was a bit risky, but I ended up bringing my stern pioneers around to repair him. I'm not moving him any further forward, but now I've got the Raketenwerfer in his house, which is a good little thing about their AT. It's going to be a bit hard to dislodge, and if any vehicles come up, it's got extra cover because it's inside the building. Now he's trying to flank this, but it's still set up, and I managed to get a quick pin, fortunately, and my stern pioneers had just coming up at that time, so they managed to sort of keep him back a little bit, because he could have finished that with an AT grenade if he'd managed to get close. Now, my plan is here, since I've got a reasonable setup, is to put the, what's it called? The Schwerpanzer headquarters in this section, so that it can protect, can defend this whole sector, you know, just as an aggressive positioning. So I usually try and like to put it further forward. Obviously, in some later replays which I plan on showing, putting the command trucks forward is what cost me some of the games, so I end up putting on this map. As a matter of fact, I put it here, but as a battle group headquarters, this one, and I end up losing it stupidly, which I think ends up costing me a game. See, he's got the house here, but I'm quite confident in how it's going. But he's not actually got these backing him up, fortunately. I try and flank here, but my men get pinned by the light machine gun. Fortunately, my half-track's in range to start laying into them. Heavy cover here, so I think I start moving forward to recapture this point. I'm setting up a defensive position here with the sandbags. So my sandbags aren't as strong as used to be in K1. But I suppose that's fair enough. Yeah, so I forced him out of the house, but now his backup's just managed to cause me to retreat. Now, again, I'm fighting a lot of manpower here, which I'm a bit disappointed in. But I think it's because I'm saving up for something, but again, I could be using it, so just having it floating, wasting. I think I was mainly using it to reinforce, but I could afford a few more squads for reinforcements and stuff. I might just move this up, so he's going to lose another. Oh no, just gets it out. Well, yeah, this flak half-track's paid for itself so far. Getting a bit too aggressive here, but he does back up. Now, fortunately, this one here can actually do decent damage with its ammunition to light. I don't think I really noticed it. He didn't utilise it that much, but yeah, since I've seen he's got a lot. He's going a lot into the infantry. I end up trying to get. I just go for a few over Sodartan. Even though, again, because I'm fighting so much manpower, I could have got infantry support guns and that as well, you know, indirect fire, to deal with the blobs. But well, that's why you watch replays, and live and learn. He rushed me with a lot here, so I had to fall back. I was just going to try and hold on the wall, but I didn't have all my men in position at the time. But I think they just lost a squad to. It might have been the flag half track here. Yeah, it looks like he wasn't expected to be up that side. So I managed to flank again. Again, he has no anti-vehicle other than this. That's about the closest thing. But he ends up losing this because he's too far forward without any support. Unfortunately, I can't grab it because it breaks. Yeah, so I've seen my men are getting suppressed here, so I'm trying to make it to the wall because I think it still gets suppressed when you're at heavy cover, but you can't get pinned.
The enemy is reduced to 300 points.
I could be capping this side. I've got men at the back. Could have started bringing forward. I think, yeah, I sent my Obersedart around this flank to grab it. I've still got this on munitions because I'm planning on getting some vehicles out, which is sort of bad at the moment because I could. Well, actually, it's not too bad. I was gonna say I could use it for bazookas and stuff, and I need 60 for the light machine gun to make Obersedart just really strong. But as you can see, I was using it to save up for my Panzer IV. Again, so it takes supremacy over the vehicle thing. So I turn off the convert to fuel as soon as I've got it. Now, unfortunately, here this is a bit too aggressive, and he managed to get his gun out. Now I should have gone around here to side block and then back up, but I just carried on reversing, hoping he'd miss. It's unfortunate to lose that, but it served its purpose. I've got some shoe mines here. No, I've got some mines hidden in the road. Those ones went off a while ago, but yeah, since I've noticed he's got no vehicles out at the moment. See, I could have gone for a Panther, but I thought, right, since he's got so much infantry, I'm just going to go for a Panzer IV, because that's still decent against, like, quite effective against infantry as well as vehicles, while the Panther's a lot better against vehicles. But yeah, now I'm upgrading for a light machine gun. Unfortunately, even though Obers are strong, they can't take on 3 squads unless, like, if I was already set up, I might have been able to gun a few of them down, but I end up getting pushed back here. But as you can hear, my tank's coming up to reinforce, so I don't retreat them. I just pull them up to cover. Unfortunately, I end up using 2 because they run through the red cover of the road. And I do have to retreat them here now. This gun's in the wrong position, fortunately for me. But I don't get any huge shots off. I tried to rush this side here and flank the machine gun, but he manages pinning 2 of my squads. But the grenade does go off and manage to blow them up. Forces conscripts back. I have to retreat this. I think I lose this squad, to be honest. I think that was an accident. I went to box select this one and retreat him and ended up grabbing 2. Because they weren't suppressed, they were fine at full health as well. Yeah, luckily I don't get too ballsy because I do know he's got an anti-tank gun now and I don't want to risk it. But yeah, I've got more Obersedart coming in because he's got so many conscripts. But yeah, no, I could have just walked these back, but I just thought I'd do a full retreat, get them healed up. So I think that's one thing that I'm doing a bit wrong at the moment in my gameplay, at least in this video, is I'm retreating them too early when I could just pull them back. Where's my tank gone? I just got him on the road.
Your orders, comrade. Field gun standing by.
Well, I believe he gets a second field gun in a minute, but he's going for combined arms with all these heavy machine guns. But yeah, again, I'm still flying quite a lot of manpower, which I could be spending. Could have got a load more infantry out, or I could have got some more rocket and warfare just in case he gets a vehicle out, which he has got now, but it's only a light tank. But I believe at the time I wasn't worried about getting more anti-tank out because I'd got a tank, even though I had enough money so I could have got 1 or 2. I could have got a second one. Here I was hoping to get a few good shots off, and then send it forward. I'm just like, oh, if I can snipe this anti-tank gun, it's not got much left. But unfortunately I don't get any decent shots off, and he gets distracted trying to shoot this machine gun. Pulling back now. I get 2 hits, and don't get a bounce on the front armour, unfortunately. But I've got my stern piles in range to repair. So I'm pushing the flank with the Obersedart and try and recap this fuel, just so they're not sitting around doing nothing. And I believe I'm just moving my Volks up to the middle to hold the position. So I could use with at least another bazooka right now, but it's not too bad an issue because I still hadn't seen this yet, so I'm just like, there's no point in reducing my effectiveness versus infantry by giving another bazooka. But yeah, this tank does quite a bit of damage to my overs here, so I have to run to retreat him out. I think, yeah, I'll bring my tank over and try and deal with him. So he gets a grazing shot there, but it sounded like it pinged. So that's why I didn't retreat these men, because I'm trying to use them as bait, even though they're expensive, but I do have a lot of manpower, unfortunately. I lose him here. I thought he retreated back into his base. So there you go. I could have had it. I could have just backed out, which I should have done. But has he got his seconds, his gun? Yeah, he's got 2 now. And that, unfortunately, he's able to get tiny penetrating hit here, and those 2 Ziz guns just fucked me up. But I take this chance to try and charge forward. I shouldn't have retreated them all there. I could have just flanked around.
What do you need?
Because he hasn't actually... Has he got overlapping fire? No, he's moving more forward. Again, that's a bit of misplay by me. I shouldn't have retreated all of them. And I could have easily been getting another Raketenwerfer out here now, or saving up for a Jagdpanzer. I think I get another Raketenwerfer shortly, and another bazooka. So I've got my second one here now. But he's still struggling to push up. But yeah, this is actually where I get the Stuka in a minute. Because I think I'm so far ahead, and I thought he must be struggling fuel, and because he's only been able to get out 1 small tank. So I want to get Stuka to deal with the blobs and the emplacements that he keeps using. I believe I haven't put it on conversion to fuels, which I should have. This house, fortunately, does quite a bit for me. Fortunately, it absorbs about 5 or 6 shots throughout this match. But yeah, here we go. I'm trying to flank now. Fortunately, his machine gun's pointing the wrong way, and this one's not set up correctly. So there we go. I managed to get a grenade off, and I just keep pushing. I was trying to snipe these Ziz guns, but fortunately for him, he was smart enough to keep one of his machine guns behind to cover it in case I ran forward and got past the first one. Now, I do get into the cover here, I believe. But with that many conscripts, I'm just like, fuck this, I need to bail. This squad, unfortunately, didn't run. There you go. Treat it now. Now he does get one of his conscripts in range of a flak cannons, so it's doing its job there. This Raketenwerfer pinging off shots. Again, the only thing that sort of let me down this game mainly is not spending my resources appropriately. As I said, I could have had another Raketenwerfer out, especially since I saw his light tank, and I've got the money for it. I've just now gone through to breakthrough doctrine. I can't remember why I decided to do that. I think it's because he kept pushing forward and I wanted to recap it. Or it might have been because I was trying to get a I was tempted to get a Jagdtiger. And I didn't realise what doctrine he'd gone. So I haven't seen a load of them, and I didn't realise he got out one of these heavy machine guns, because I just thought it was a Maxim at the time. So I didn't know he could get a Sherman out. But this is what sort of slows me down a second here. He manages to just send a conscript squad, so they're doing something. Because throughout this whole time, other than this razor wire, I haven't really had anything down here. But he kept trying to push forward through the middle. He could have easily just split his forces and tried to decap sections and see where I was weak. You know, just press forward. He didn't even have to sacrifice any men. He could have just like pressed forward, see where I was. Especially considering the amount of conscript squads he's got and all that. But yeah, I'm not too scared of the tank. I've got 2 bazookas, but I don't. Yeah, I have seen that one because Raketenwerfer got a ping off. Yeah, these take so long to repair. It's the downside of having them aggressive. But yeah, I try and flank here, get a grenade off, but unfortunately we kill the crew. I think I was just trying to flank around again, get on these positions, but I don't manage it. I should fire the Stuka in a second. Unfortunately, I lose a squad and they drop a Shrek. There we go, the Stuka barrage, and he's lined them up. I did see this, so see, I managed to get the Kraken shot off, decrew one of them, and a heavy machine gun, and the other one's really weak, so then I just charged forward after that barrage. I managed to snipe him off the Ziz gun. Come on, there you go. So now he has to try and recrew that. Fortunately, it's far enough back for him to get it. Unfortunately for him, I do have to pull back to my Raketenwerfer because of this tank. And unfortunately for me there, he gets a whole squad right with one shot, because they tend to clump up a little bit, overs. So yeah, I lost quite a bit in that push. And the worst thing is, the one squad that did die didn't have a Shrek on him. I'm upgrading this one to have a Shrek. And if you see, he managed to grab it with one of the conscripts. So that could be dangerous if I get a tank. But I'm so far ahead in points wise, and I've had the map most of the game. I'm not too worried, but I'm just trying to get it in my head. It's like, oh, what should I do? Again, I've got the money. I should have got a few Raketenwerfers, which is pissing me off at the moment watching this. I'm just like, get Raketenwerfers. They only cost manpower, so I could still save up for a tank or something. So I could have got like one here, one in the house, one watching the flank here, and then if he comes at me with that tank again, I could just nuke it down really quickly. Now I've got Sturm. I've got the Storm Commander, Storm Officer, which he's got a few decent abilities, and he increases, I believe his aura increases accuracy. So that's really good with these and the Panzer Fusiliers, which I've called in. Which I do get a GUA, G43 set up on them, but still pretty decent, and they give me really good sight range. So, going to Fog of War, so they can see up to about here. Can they see here? So I'm unsure which of that's these. Oh, that'll be these guys, but they've got a huge sight range and really good long range fire. So they work well with Obus because they give them vision. Gives vision to everything else I've got. But yeah, now I've got the officer in range because they've got an accuracy buff on their head. And with the LMG and how good they are at long range anyway, they'll just shred any infantry that run towards them. There's my second Stuka barrage. These seem to setting up there. Fortunately, there's not as much there that time, but I still get a good hit on the LMG. But yeah, the Panzer Fusiliers will help spotting for my Stuka barrage as well when I get them up to the front. Now I'm just trying to decap things here because I didn't feel I could just push in straight take up his stuff, especially considering he's got a tank somewhere. I just thought, right, I'll just push up, try and figure out where he is. Get some decent hits off here, but I don't manage to kill it in this. So I have to retreat this squad because I don't want to risk losing the Panzerschreck again. But these are full, and there's no one else to support them, so I'm just keeping them there as long as I can, taking pot shots. And then these little tanks come up, so I should retreat them to do. Lucky enough, the one gets away, so I don't lose the Panzerschreck. Now, here's my second Raketenwerfer, which I should have had ages ago. This good hit off on this T-70. Now, I could have sent some men up here. But, so I've got this set up here. This will cover it as soon as it sees them. So there you go. The Storm Officers in range to give accuracy buff. So there you've got the G43s on these guys now, which is a huge buff to them, with no negative impact, because again sometimes you have trade-offs. So like obviously you get bazooka, you're going to be a little less effective against men in order to be effective against tanks, but with this GUA it just makes them a lot more effective at long range, which they're good at initially. So yeah, just keep him floating around here at the moment because I don't want him to go up. Even though he's got Obersoldat and bodyguards, they don't have the LMG. I don't want to lose him because I think if he gets sniped, even if the squad survives, it causes men around him to retreat. But yeah, now it's just the last few seconds of it because he's ticking away. I believe I'm going for a Panther. yeah, I was getting a Panther to counter the tanks. But yeah, see, I managed to get his cut-offs pretty early and secure the rest of the map, so he was a bit starved. Especially, and I had a lot of income for an OKW because I'm not usually meant to get many early. It's just about conserving your men. But yeah, my downfalls on this one was again not spending my money, my manpower appropriately. I could have had a few more racketing worth of setup. I didn't need to lose the half track over here, but he pretty much clinched me the game. He did so much damage early; they weren't prepared for it. But yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this commentary. I will be doing some more, as I've said, and I won't just be putting up games where I win. Obviously, it's trying to help you guys learn as well as me while I'm playing. So I don't want to be biased and it's like, oh, look how amazing I am, sort of thing. But yeah, I've got some good games where I end up losing and stuff, so they're worth putting up. Because obviously, if I just get smashed, there's not really learning anything. But I'll put up good games even if I lose. But yeah, so if you like the video, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe to my channel. And I also post on Facebook and Twitter when I've uploaded a new video or when I'm going to stream, because I prefer streaming, but I'm having a few internet issues at the moment. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone, and see you later.